You know that person, right? The one at a meeting or a party who's just quiet. You see them, they're just taking everything in, and you can't help but think, what is going on in there? Well, let's dive into that, because there is this whole fascinating world hiding in that silence.
I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? It just kind of hangs in the air. And look, we all have our assumptions, but what's actually going on is way more complex, and honestly, a lot more interesting than you'd probably guess. So really, what are they thinking about while the rest of us are busy talking?
Yeah. We totally jump to conclusions, don't we? Our brains just go straight to, oh, they must be shy, maybe they're bored, they've got nothing to add. But the reality? It's something completely different. It's not passive at all. It's the super active state of listening, processing, and just deep observation.
And that brings us right to this idea of the silent observer. We're going to look past all those typical misinterpretations and really uncover what's going on with that active, engaged mind that's so often hiding just beneath that quiet surface.
Just picture it for a second. You're in a room, it's buzzing with conversation, ideas are flying everywhere. And then you see them. Over in the corner, or maybe sitting quietly at the table, there is the silent observer. Now, it's so easy to think they're checked out, but they're not disengaged at all. In fact, and this is the crazy part, they might just be the most engaged person in the whole room.
So how is that even possible, right? How can the quietest person be the most engaged? Well, we're about to pull back the curtain and see what's really happening inside their head. Spoiler alert, it's not emptiness. It is a whole world of observation.
Okay, so there's actually a term for this, active observation. And it is not, I repeat, not just sitting there quietly. It's a conscious, deliberate thing. They're processing all these layers of information at the same time. You've got the words people are saying, the context of the room, the subtext of what they really mean, all of it. Honestly, it's kind of like a superpower. It's how they're the one who spots that one tiny flaw in a plan that, everybody else completely missed.
So what exactly are they processing in there? I mean, it's so much more than just words. They're literally mapping out the unspoken dynamics of the group, like who really has the power here, who's siding with whom. At the same time, they're catching the emotional subtext that just sails right over most people's heads. They're breaking down the logic of an argument, noticing those super subtle shifts in body language that tell you what someone truly feels. Think of them as professional pattern seekers. And all of this intense processing, it creates what you could call the mind's loudness. It's this amazing paradox, right? They're totally quiet on the outside, but inside their mind is just buzzing with activity. A constant flood of analysis and making connections.
Okay, just try to imagine this for a second. While one person is talking, the quiet observer's mind is like this high-performance computer running multiple programs at once. First up, it's analyzing the speaker's tone of voice. Are they confident? Hesitant? A little sarcastic, maybe? And at the exact same moment, it's reading body language. Do their hands match what they're saying? Is that posture a little tense? Maybe hiding something?
And while all of that is happening, their brain is playing detective, connecting what this person is saying right now to something someone else said 10 minutes ago, spotting contradictions and connections that nobody else is catching.
And then, on top of everything, they're constantly weighing the emotion in the room against the cold, hard logic of what's being discussed. I mean, it's an incredibly dynamic and, let's be honest, probably exhausting mental workout.
Okay, so this brings us to the most important part, the big takeaway. We need to completely reframe how we think about quietness. It's not an absence of something. It's the presence of this incredibly rich inner universe.
So here's the bottom line. For a lot of these folks, being quiet has nothing to do with being scared or shy. It's simply because their inner world, with all that analysis and observation we just talked about, is often way more stimulating, more compelling than what's happening on the outside. Why? Because they're busy building a solution in their head or crafting that one perfect, game-changing question.
You've probably heard that saying, the quietest people often have the most to say. It's a classic for a reason, right? It perfectly captures this idea. Their silence is an empty space. It's full. It's the resonant silence of a mind that is just busy, Busy understanding everything on a much, much deeper level.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. The next time you're around someone who's quiet, instead of feeling that awkward urge to just fill the silence, maybe lean in. Listen a little closer. What will you choose to hear inside their quiet observation?